And this is it. This is the family wagon. This is the Kia Sportage 1.6 petrol. My wife and I bought this car 2 years ago when we were decided that we were going to have a family. We just bought a new house. We were getting to that stage in our life where we were thinking, right, let's start having a family together. So we got rid of the Ford Fiesta, which was a lovely car and a really great little run around for pottering around town and everything else, and cheap to run, but realistically it wasn't going to fit prams and buggies and everything else in it. So we picked up this, which is a fantastic little car, 1.6 litre petrol, really economical on decent drives and everything else. She looks quite nice as well. I think it looks quite sporty, this shape of the Sportage. I really like it. One or two of the eagle-eyed people in the watching might have noticed that there's a couple of little issues that need to be picked up on the car, but we'll get into that. The first thing that we're going to do with the car is do a proper health check of the car. This time of year, Halfords and other big garage group companies will be running campaigns all around, make sure your car is fit for summer or fit for Easter or whatever they're doing. And most of this stuff is really easy. Even I can do it. So we're going to start off basic. We're going to do the health check on the car, then we're going to go from there. Drop one of the health checks. We need to get under the bonnet, so let's give that a pop. Really, the health check is about just making sure the vehicle's safe to be on the road. So it's like really simple checks: oil, filters, coolant levels, tyres, that type of thing. So we'll go through it relatively quickly and just make sure the car is happy and safe to be on the road. Right, first thing to check is a nice easy one, is oil. Oil is obviously there to lubricate the engine, so it's super important that we do that. Pull the dipstick, give that a good wipe over, and then we just want to make sure that the car has enough oil in it so it's safe. If it hasn't got enough oil in it, obviously that's a problem. Engines can go bang if there isn't enough oil. So give it a couple of good pumps. That is between the minimum and maximum line there, so I think that's pretty good. Yeah, I don't really know a whole lot about exactly what to look for, but I think right, it's in the minimum and maximum line. I'm pretty happy with that, so oil is good. The other one that I was always told to check, and then so I learned the hard way. My first car I had was a Renault Clio. I was young, first car, and I racked the hell out of it, and the head gasket went after a few years. So after that I was always told to check the top of the engine when you're looking at a car. So take the oil cap off, and if it's white and creamy in there, that's a really bad sign. It means that there's something in the engine that shouldn't be, which is obviously a really bad thing. So that's perfect. It's a lovely colour, and also it shouldn't be too dark. People think oil should be black, but it shouldn't. It should be like a nice clear, like brown colour. So oil I think is absolutely perfect. So we will leave that there. I don't think it needs a service or anything, but I think that's all good. The second one that I want to look at is the coolant level here. So coolant, as hopefully on the coolant tank, it's got minimum and maximum line. Maximum line just there, minimum line just down there. It's perfectly in between there. So again, I'm not going to touch that. I'm not 100% sure that the colour's right. I know they come in all different types of colours, like you can get like orange and red and blue and all different types of colours. That's like a dark green. I assume that's okay. I don't know, maybe that's something to have a look at afterwards. The next one that Halfords said that they check in there, Easter check, their 5-point check, is screenwash. I know the screenwash in the car because I just drove it here and I gave them the blast. So I know there's not an issue there. I could probably do a bit of a swap out both of these will be fine. The next one that they say to check is the air filters. So this is the air box for the Kia Sportage. Air comes in through the grille, goes in the air, and it goes into the engine to keep it cool. Apparently it's supposed to help with throttle response and things like that, but I think that's probably more important if you've got like a really highly tuned car. This is a family car, so I think more than anything it's about just keeping the engine nice and healthy. So I've got a brand new air filter there, which we will get changed, and let's get that done. air filter then. So I've got a lovely new air filter here, just in case, but this one's a really easy one, like anybody can do this. So the first thing you do, this is where the filter housing is, so this is the whole air box thing. So what you see some people do with more like higher performance cars and stuff, a lot of people do with like Golfs and stuff, is they take out the air box stuff and they put like an induction kit in, because it's supposed to get more air into the car. But the filter housing is kept here. So on this one it's really nice and easy. Literally flap opens, you pull down 2 tabs, pull out the filter, and you can see on this one it's like I mean, it's not really bad, but there's a couple of things where it's a bit like grey, and like, I mean, it's just seen some road time really more than anything. These were changed not too long ago, about 6 months ago, so not too bad, although we've been a couple of big longer journeys since then. And just for comparison, that's the brand new one, so it's really nice and crisp and clean and white, and that's the part number there for any Kia Sportage people that want to get that. So man filter going in just like that, same way it comes out, slots in, put those tabs away, clip it on, job done. Next one to check then is tyres. So tyres, that's something I think a lot of people forget to check regularly. It's super important, it's as important in winter as it is in the summertime. And there's lots of tricks you can do. You can get little gauges that like tell you when they're electric, and they're relatively cheap. You can get them from Amazon and stuff. Or what a lot of people do is get like a 20p coin, and if the rim and the edge of this 20p coin disappears, that means that you've got enough tread. But the law says it's supposed to have at least 1.6 or 1.8 millimetres, I think it says. But Halfords suggests that you have at least 3 millimetres of tread depth. And another way to check is if you just turn your tyre in. There's a lot of tyres, most tyres have these little grooves here, whereas the tread depth gauge, and you can just tell there, because it's still below where the tread is, there's plenty of life left on those. These have only relatively recently been changed in the last 6 weeks or so. Both these are brand new on the front, so I know these are really good. And the back ones are the same, they've relatively recently been checked. Make sure you check them, obviously the tread depth, but also make sure you check the whole tyre for any cracks, any bumps, any blisters, anything like that. Any slow punches, like there's like a nail pocket or something like that. I live in a brand new build estate, so you get a lot of that type of stuff happen. Touch with people relatively lucky so far, I haven't had any issues, but that's how you check the tyres, just to make sure that they're fit and safe and good enough for the road. Just before we check the windscreen washer from the inside, I do just want to take you a little bit around the car, because you've got some lovely angles hopefully of the car from the other side, whatever, but there is one thing that I haven't shown yet that I would like to, so let's take a proper look at that. And that is this beauty here. So somebody had a little bit of an argument with the car park. I won't say exactly how that happened, but yeah, the car park won that argument, unfortunately. So that is something that we're going to have to address at some point with the car on the channel. I have shown a couple of body repair people that I know the dent there. They're not convinced it can be popped out. They think it needs the whole panel replacing, which would mean replacing from sort of here up to sort of here. This whole bit of the wing needs to come out, and then obviously hopefully the bodywork behind is fine. So we will see what happens with that, but let's maybe we'll address that on a later video on the channel. But let's jump inside and let's check the screen wash on the car first. Okay, so screen wash on the car, obviously important, as you know, in summer, especially where we live around Devon, you get a lot of debris on the road and like farm dust and things like that. So let's give them a blast, see how we're getting on. Yeah, okay. I mean, this is something I've known about, to be honest with you, but like you see this side on the right hand driver's side, it's sort of spraying okay. On the passenger side over here, not so good. It's a bit weak. It's a bit weak in general, to be honest with you. And I don't know if that's a car thing, if it's like a Kia thing, or if it's an issue with the vehicle. So let's just jump round outside of the car and just double check and see what's going on with the actual nozzles there. Right, let's give you the blast from the outside just so you can see. So there's this side here, the nearest one, which is the driver's side, is doing all right, but then the other side, I mean, it's okay, but it's just a bit on the weak side. So that might be something we need to address at some point. Yeah, I don't quite know how we're going to deal with that yet, but that might be something we need to have a look at. and that's it then, really. I mean, nice and easy job for the first job. There's a couple of things in there that we want to do. We want to change some of those lights. We need to have a look at that washer issue. To be honest, I think probably because we live on a new build estate, it's probably just a case of it just needs clearing out. I think it's probably just a bit clogged or something, or it might be that it's a bit of a pump issue, a bit of a more serious issue, which if I'm honest, I don't know how to fix. But I mean, that's the point of this channel, is that we're going to figure some of this stuff out together, and just get better and more comfortable being on the tool. So there's those two issues really, and then change a couple of lights, bits and pieces, and then the dent on the side panel there that we need to address at some point. And then there's some other things I do want to do on the car at some point, just to tidy it up. Like, I'm not going for that, like, you know, boy racer thing or whatever. I just want a car that I know how to maintain, is nice, has a nice look and feel. I enjoy driving, my wife enjoys driving, everyone's happy. Some things like, you know, I'd like to install a dash cam at some point because it's good for safety. You know, it's good for your insurance and things like that. And then as we get more and more confident, who knows, maybe I'll get a project car or something like that at some point in the future. I'll go and buy an old cheap car to learn on or something like that. Got a couple of driveway spaces, so we can always do that. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please like and subscribe. I'm going to try and do one a week at least for the next 12 weeks. And we'll just learn as we go. And hopefully over the course of the next 12 weeks, we can go from, you know, complete beginner and do a quick safety check on the car through to, you know, maybe doing like a mini service on it, or being able to change a couple of things, brake pads, or maybe even address some of that issue with the bodywork or something. So if this type of content that you do enjoy, please like, subscribe. You know, all the links and everything of the products I've been using are in the bio, so check it all out. And yeah, I'll see you on the next one.